Hi, welcome back to Toy Haven. So after all my failed attempts of trying to find this shredder in stores with this haulathon going on, I had to just order him off of the Target website. I posted a short video of all the different places of constantly going into different Targets to try to find him and couldn't. So you kind of take the gamble on how the figure looks because NECA, of course, the paints can kind of vary. So without being able to see it, you're kind of taking a risk. But by opening him up, I think he turned out pretty good. I don't see anything really too messed up with him. There's a lot of stuff that comes with him, so this would be cool to go through all these different accessories. NECA is
mostly hands.
Yeah, well, yes, there's a lot of hands, but NECA likes to throw a lot of different things in there from different shows, so you have to do your homework when it comes to these. But here is Shredder with all the shredders. It's a shredder party here that I am still collecting NECA shredders, but not really much of else with that. But we'll get into some more stuff here. Let's get this guy open. Shredder is with the other shredders for the big shredder party.
Which one is it?
But we'll go through his accessories before I start doing some comparisons and get into this stuff. So let's run through these real quick.
First, we got his picture of his mom.
Yeah, Shredder's mom. That's a good picture.
Then we got a
I don't know what
book.
I don't know what that book
I
is.
think it's the 7.
So, of course, he got lots of hands. He's got a good open. He's got some meaty hands here. Look at this, Shredder bucks. I do like this idea of Shredder money. You could pay Bebop and Rocksteady in Shredder bucks. That's what they pay in the Technodrome. And he's got a floppy disk, which is good. I'm sure there's going to be something on this. Something important. Alright, so I tried looking. This jewelry, I saw a picture, a GIF of him putting it on, but I don't know if this was just something they were stealing and he just put jewelry on. Alright, so you got this cool maskless Rokusaki head. You got him with the Eye of Sarnath. I don't know, I keep saying Sarnak, I don't know. But this actually could come off, which is cool, so you could switch off. The other one, put this on with this mask. This is when they shrunk down the turtles.
And Ratatouille's hat.
So he's got the chef hat for Pizza by the Shred. So we could take this, right, and take it off and put that there. And one of the things here is the medic gun. This was to fix. You gotta fix the Technodrome, so you could either hurt. At people. Yeah, you could either hurt people. You could either hurt them or heal people. So I guess you just gotta watch what setting you have on this gun. But it's kind of a weird one of those things. So those are his cool accessories, and we'll get into the shredders. All right, now let's look at the difference. You know, obviously you could see the difference between the first one, right? That looks way different, much better. Look at his head. I mean, look, I can't even, look at how much his head, there you go. That is a little loose. But I thought it was almost going to be the same exact body, but it's kind of...
We need to heal the flower.
Oh, yeah, we're waiting too long on doing this review. This one, so there is some difference. Obviously, this torso is, but the claws and stuff, all the spikes are different. So that's pretty cool. It looks like, I'm sure the arms are the same. The head. I swear I saw a video that looked like. Man, I saw someone compare it and it almost looked like the Archie one was like tall or anything, but no, they look the same. The only thing that I don't like is this cape. This cape looks to be like the worst cape out of all of them. Look at this too, how this, like it's too much. This looks really weird. I'm gonna have to get this head off, maybe switch this cape. I mean, even this one looks like it's bunched up better. maybe I'll do that and all this stuff. But yeah, we're gonna have to get Muckman over here. He's going to come here because we got a garbage delivery for this. I think this shredder, I think he's out. But let me get these, gotta get these heads off too. But while we're looking at things, look at this. Here's the NECA Cartoon Turtle. So he's much taller on that, so that's better. That was always kind of the issue. You know, it was the size. I always, oh, why do they everything with NECA? That's why they just always just fall over constantly. But that was definitely the issue, was just, you know, the turtles were just too big. And there's the foot soldiers. Here's a little Krang. What about the other turtles that we have? So they're... I mean, I think the Archie one, I think everything just falls over. So here's them. Here's the shredders. It's the two newest shredders with these turtles. So we'll see how the... I still like this. I like that combo. Yeah, they're a little bit, but you know, like I'm collecting shredders. I'm not really getting off of all the NECA stuff. I just like having... I still like having all the vehicles, the old turtle vehicles. I've been sticking with vintage. I'm going to pull out some vintage stuff in a little bit. But also we have, speaking of falling though, then this guy you can't hold. I also got this shredder too. This is the other haulathon. But I'm not sure what I'm going to do if I want to keep, man, every time you just touch this guy's head. Yeah, this one, I mean, even when I turned it over. So that kind of stinks that that's a little loose. But anyway, this is also another haulathon. He's out in Target. But it's this, you know, it's still the same body, the same weak legs probably. So I'm kind of not sure what I want to do with this. I do like that the paint's a lot better, darker than the original version. I feel like I need to have still a regular Mirage version of Shredder to go with all these other Shredders. Let's get this, you know what, I want to get this head off though and try off these capes. Alright, here's the cape off. I don't know if these capes if they just did something, they didn't do a good enough job with it. So this is the Archie cape, that looks a little bit better. And here is that pinball shredder one, which I think that looks better. So I'm going to put the head on that one. Okay, well, I'm having a little hard time getting this head all the way down on here, but that's him without it. See the other one? Yeah, so this is a little bit. It's a little bit on it. I think it still should go down more, but yeah, this is hard to get these heads on. But like that switches off. And there's that. That's a cool look too. Let's just get the regular one back on. Okay, here's the head back on. Yeah, I think this. I mean, this cape looks definitely better on this other one. It's got the Eye of Sarnath on his helmet. You could take this off, and you could do some pizza by the shred. I really like this look. All right, do we got a? I think we got a delivery. We got the garbage. The garbage man's here. He's ready for a garbage pickup. Bring him out. Where's his? There. Alright. You guys needed a garbage man. You got a garbage pickup for... There he goes. It's going away now. Thank you very much. We now have the real, true cartoon Shredder here. Alright. This guy looks... Yes, it's so much better. So much better. Now for the next matter, let's roll this thing out. You can't really even back this up. But yeah, here's the... Alright, so I have the original Technodrome, the vintage one, but about... not too long ago, Amazon had the the reissue one on sale. I think it was around 30 or 40 bucks. It was pretty cheap. I was gonna get it just to get a nice complete clean version, get it in a box. It was gonna look really cool, but just looking at the videos, the size of the matter, the quality of it, it just didn't seem. I know, especially the front. I noticed that the front wasn't painted; it was all blue, so that having this thing displayed would really stand out. So it got me. Let me check to see how I am with my Technodrome. You know, is it? What more do I need? So I started looking back on it. I picked this one originally up at, I believe it was the DuPage All Night Flea Market. I know it was at DuPage, but it was a pretty good deal. My friends basically were like, "You better get this thing." I always wanted the Technodrome, so I had to pick up a couple of guns. And then let me open this thing up. Alright, so it's getting a little dusty, but I was doing pretty good. You know, I had to get, and even this works, but I had to get the jail was something that was missing, so I picked that up. I probably spent, getting parts, probably spent about as much as, you know, paying for this thing. And missing the hatch. There was the outdoor platform, but the latest thing that I got, I'm gonna put on is the black platform with the handcuffs and everything. So let me put this on. Okay, so here is the missing piece put on. I was missing this whole platform piece and everything, and basically instead of buying the reissue Technodrome, I decided just to buy this piece instead on what the money that I was going to spend on that Technodrome. Just size and everything, you just can't beat the original. The quality of it. Let's see how does these handcuffs? How are these handcuffs? Do they work on these guys? Are they a little bit bigger? I just have to be careful on this plastic, but yeah, so I mean, if I was gonna go with, that's kind of a reason why I'm not sticking with. I'm just stopping with a lot of this NECA, because I mean, and I'm just, what am I gonna do with all these vehicles? You know, I mean, I guess you could keep both and collect both, but I'd rather just stick with this vintage, some of these the reissue figures, and just stick with this so I could keep all of these vehicles and everything. And we'll see on there's supposed to be the mutant module, foot cruiser. So we'll see how the vehicles are. I haven't picked up, since I have the original pizza thrower, I didn't get that one. So I want to see how these vehicles are compared to the originals. I believe the sizes should all be the same, as opposed to the Technodrome that they shrunk down, so everything else should be good. And I'm curious to see how those are. You know, I like that toilet taxi, is pretty cool. So I like this scale, and I'm just gonna stick with this scale as opposed to getting all crazy, because NECA is just gonna be never ending with other stuff. But like I said, I am a sucker for Shredder, so whenever I see a Shredder, I'm kind of stuck with getting that guy. But which is cool. He looks great. Just like I said, this little piece kind of keeps flopping on and off. The cape. This looks better now that I gave a better cape. I should try to look up to see if I get a wired cape. That would be perfect. There's another Shredder added to the collection, and it will continuing on to get vintage. Keep buying the vintage reissues, remastered, whatever they have. The sketch ones are really cool, so we'll see what they do with this line, because I do like these. I'll see you at the next video, the next hunt. I'll be out hunting, so I'll see what I end up getting. Alright, later.